That. Yeah. Can we do the scrolling there? No scroll? Okay. Oh, there we go. We are live. That. Yeah. Can we do the scrolling there? No scroll.
I think you can.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, pause it on.
Yeah.
Or put mute off.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a clicker. No. Yes.
Hey, looks awesome. Good job, guys. This looks amazing. I just got here. Oh my god. I'm gonna drive. Take the subway. Took longer.
Yeah.
Learn, build, explore AI tools, or connect with others in the community, you're in the right place. Today is all about bringing people together, sharing ideas, and building with AI. Here's your agenda for today. Or the clicker is not doing.
Yeah, no, it will work now. I'm sorry. There we go. Try now. Yes. Yeah, try now. Yeah.
All right. It's working, okay. Okay, so here's our agenda for today. We'll start with introducing our hosts for today's event, then demo by Cognition AI, then exciting building time, followed by project demo, and ending off with prizes. I'll be keeping us on time today. Before we begin, there are some housekeeping rules. Wi-Fi is available. If you look at all the signage around the pillars, you have access to the slides for today, plus the Wi-Fi. So, yeah. And also, restrooms are located beside the elevators, and food is available at the front. So please feel free to grab more at any time. And lastly, don't forget to complete that form later to receive free credits. Now, let's officially kick things off. All right, we're gonna be doing introductions to team technique, and I'll be handing it to President Meet.
Okay, so for any of you who don't know me, my name is Pete Patania, and I am founder and president of BIOS. It stands for Village Technical Experience, and I started with a simple idea where students shouldn't just learn about technology, they should build with it. Too often we stay in classrooms and we realize the real growth happens outside. When you actually put yourself into the pit and figure it out, when you try to climb a bit on your own. When we build projects, when we collaborate across different disciplines, when we take ownership of our learning, that's where the real growth happens. And that mindset is what led to the creation of Team Technique. It is a faculty-wide initiative bringing multiple disciplines like engineering, science, design, business, AI communities under one ecosystem. For students, this platform is, it can include a chance to showcase your projects, meet new members, learn from the industry, and find collaborators to help you build your career. For industry professionals, this is a window into the talent, creativity, and drive that exists here in TMU. The goal isn't just to host events, it is to build a long-term relationship with students and industry professionals that are shaping the future of technology. And TMU Tech Week is a proof that when a community commits to building together, the impact scales quickly. So, welcome to Mike and welcome to TMU Tech Week. Yes, so almost forgot. We have an official sponsor for TMU Tech Week, and if you do want free dev credits from Backboard.io, please check out the slides that I've given to you. There's a link on it, and you can access them for free.
All right, thank you so much, Meet. And now I'll hand off to AI Collective for their introduction.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Great to see you all here. Hi. So, like Yeji mentioned, there is the scan QR across all the walls. You will be able to access the slides here. This is very important because we have a lot of information, including the coupon code information for website. So please do that. And with that, I will talk a little bit about AI Connected. In fact, we actually have a special song. Probably do a little bit more justice than I would in introducing AI Collective. Alex Fox, can we have you here?
Sorry. Middle meeting. Okay. Hi, I'm Alex. So AI Collective was started 3 years ago in San Francisco. And they launched the chapter here. I was the first event here in December 2024. Tracky showed up and we got involved. And so we ran our first homegrown Canadian event about a year ago, February 2025. We launched our first future here with Zachary. Sorry, not here. It was at the place where it works, UT. My apologies, I'm a UT alumni, so I got to plug UT. Yeah, good. It is amazing. You guys will have your own hints one day. This is where it starts, right here. Things like this, and things like this. So we are AI Collective. We have over 200,000 members worldwide. We have over 30 chapters. We're in more than 30 countries. So if you know people other places in the world and you talk to them and they don't have an AI Collective chapter, please let us know. I'm head of global expansion, so this is an SF. Our global expansion from, because of course we do. Best connected place on the planet. Keith is our regional director for Canada. It's also coordinating all our events for international women's day globally. And Moran is going to be running AI healthcare events for us. This is what I kept telling people yesterday at the FLIP conference, Future Health Leadership and Design Policy Conference. People are really excited. So that's good. So it's great to have the builders here. And then we'll bring that with the subject matter experts in healthcare and other things. And we'll do incredible work. And that for you.
Here.
Oh, right. I want to thank you, TMU Tech. I keep thinking it's Toronto Tech, but I think you guys are doing an amazing job. This is just absolutely the right thing to do. Just keep doing things like this and just keep building the ecosystem. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Alex. With that, I just wanted to give a little walkthrough of the AI Collective website itself. Now, one second. Oopsie. Oopsie. There we go. So who we are is we are the human layer for the AI era. Who here agrees that technology and humanity needs to progress hand in hand, and we should not leave humanity behind? By raise of hands. There we go. That's almost everyone in the room. If you're not raising your hands, don't worry, I'm not judging you. Now, on this, there's a way to do it. We have chapters, we have events. So this is one of our events in collaboration with the TMU Tech Week. All of our events are listed on the website, and you will be able to see what are the chapters that we have. You can see all 142 chapters across the globe. And if you want to start a chapter, so you can go through the list. And if you think that, hey, my region does not have a chapter, you can go through there and apply for it. What's really cool and what I like about what we do is our why. We have a very strong why, and we have a whole page to talk about that. So I recommend, in your own time, please go and read our 4 beliefs. You might be interested. The first thing that we talk about is the AISI horizon. Who here, is interested or curious about that, right? So those are some of the things, and obviously having a human layer, institutionalizing and democratizing knowledge, those are some of our core beliefs, and that's what we stand by, and that's exactly why I'm here. Now, with that, I would like us to go back to so today is an open book, and I'm going to trust that. Okay. That's okay. So we have gathered some people here that's going to help you guiding in that open book. Okay. So I'm going to actually introduce myself, and then I'm going to pass on to the other guys. Yeah, this is me. Okay. So I'm Kirtana. I have my company, which is called Segmentide, and I'm also, like Alex mentioned, the regional director of Canada for AI Collective. Now, one of my core beliefs and one of my companies, actually my company's tagline is human first strategy always. So the human layer is what connects everybody. So when you're building, if you have any questions about who you're building it for, And, why you're doing this, what is the product market fit for this? Any of those questions, please feel free to come and talk to me. And I'll be going around and like as you mentioned, you can build visually, you can build the teams. So yeah, we will talk to you a little bit about how you can do this and what's available at the end. With that, I'm going to pass the mic to Karan.
Thank you, Kayla. Yeah. And I'll be guiding you guys on tech stacks or how things to get started. So I think you'll have like about an hour and a half to go. So, building something fast one tech stack, which says React, or if you're planning it, use like a planning doc that execute it from there. So anything around like building tech stacks and technology stuff, you can call me in, I'll come and help you guys out, I'll set it up, maintain it. And I think I'll pass it to Michael.
And so I'm founder and CEO for Levins. We're focusing more on how we do diligence for law firms and VC firms. Yeah, so we're very new, and we're just gonna build right away and launching an MVP very soon. They're going to a couple law firms in Toronto and Marlow region. I'm actually doing this by myself, so I don't have a team. And is there anything else?
Yeah.
So, oh,
Yeah, advice. Yeah, stuff. When people are building.
oh, I see. Okay, so basically, building softwares, probably a lot of things. There's a lot of, it's still kind of a buzzword, but now I'm going to see it in the world of trying to work safety and more of us kind of being compliant and making sure that you're building software that are very trustworthy. Have something in mind. Not discouraging you to have that. You don't have to have a legal background or any of the governance background. You just have to make sure that you're doing it with the user in mind, and to make sure that you're ensuring that the code is not sloppy or redundant sensitive. It's more like as long as you're showing that you're doing best practices. In terms of governance, today, like we building something is not for that. In the future, if you want to put it into production, then you need to have that sort of mindset built in. If you're complying to any sort of regulations or frameworks. But today it's more just build crazy, have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so those are our guides. They'll be circulating during the whole build, so please tap them if you have any questions. All right. Okay. So open build brief, GTM users. So there's a question that you should ask, who is this for? What problem are you solving for them? How will they discover and start using it? What are their early signs of product and market fit? Second, tech and architecture. You're observing to what the choices for framework stack and how you're designing for speed, reliability, the ability to shift fast without breaking it. Third, safety and legal governance. How you're handling data, risk, compliance, and responsible use, especially for AI. All right, now you can compete individually or as a team. I'm pretty sure you guys had time to design and work with everyone. So yeah, and these are the metrics. Do you want to?
Yeah, so there's the evaluation matrix, this, the first one is like a problem statement entirely. So when you're building, make sure you can take a picture of it so that you know you're having this each session that you're going to be evaluating on. So of course, working for an app, is this actually working, or how far you can get to it. So and you can creativity over there as well. And practical impact on practice for users. And was finally demo storytelling. I recommend having, the brief, put it this way as a quick presentation at the last 5 10 minutes. You have a presentation ready, and we can use the guy to build that presentation. So yeah, but this is how we'll be evaluated on. So definitely you have way to demo and get it.
Thank you so much.
I just wanted to add, that before we dive into it, so now where you guys are joining us. Just one quick. All right, so, have you all scanned that QR code? Please do that, because, it's kind of distributed across the room. This is actually a form, so you've got to click on this form whenever you're ready, in order to apply to complete. So not everyone will be able to give their demos, I think we'll go for 10.
Yeah.
We try to, include more people, but, if you are not able to put the form in, then you may not be able to give the demo, so. And the demo is limited to 1 minute, so as you building plan or important features, what you want to highlight, based on the points.
Yep.
Yeah, but it is an open world, you can do absolutely anything, no reason. With that, I think we'll have to. Yes.
Alright, now it's time to introduce the incredible team from Windsor
And cognition.
and Cognition.
Actually, cognition.
We're one and the same now.
Oh, yeah, it's for the live stream. Oh, okay.
So if you guys want to join the YouTube live stream from your devices at the.ar.collective, you can see all the live stream that's happening. All right.
Oh, just don't put them on speakers. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, with that, we will.
All right. Are we all good? Can you guys hear us?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, first of all, just big shout out to the AI Collective. Big shout out to TMU. Big shout out to all the partners that are here today. Thank you so much. Really, really excited to get to connect with you today. My name is Matt. I help with community at Windsurf and Cognition. I'm part of the marketing team. I do field marketing. Please connect with me online. My handles are at Matt Berglund on X, Discord, Reddit, LinkedIn. Would love to learn more about you and how we're using our tools. Do you guys want me to share my screen? I feel like this is fine if we're going to be working off this.
Either
That
is
works?
fine. Yeah. either is
Okay.
fine.
Great. Cool. Yeah, let's continue here. I'm based in San Francisco. Our office is at in San Francisco. We have a brand new office. It's awesome. But I hope to be coming out to Toronto in May for Tech Week. So I hope to see you guys all again soon. I'll pass it to Nader, who is also on the community team.
Hey, happy to be here. This is my 3rd week with the Cognition team, but I've been a developer for about 14 years and I've been building AI stuff since maybe 2021 or something like that when I was at AWS. And I've been really doing a lot of like crazy and cool stuff with a lot of the agentic coding tools. So it's really cool to actually be joining the Cognition team and working with both Devin and Windsurf. So do you want me to do a quick just overview of Devin and Windsurf, Matt, do you think? Or
Well, where can they find you online?
oh yeah, so Dabbit3 on X, you can kind of see my my handle there. We are sharing a lot of content through the Cognition YouTube. So just Google Cognition YouTube. We're starting to post a lot of videos there. I'm posting a lot of content on my X account. So a lot of educational material about doing more advanced things with both Windsurf and Devin. So if you want to kind of go beyond just the basics, a lot of the stuff that we're going to be putting out there will be helpful. And then Even Monday, I'm going to be sharing a video that is kind of focusing on mobile first development, really using the platform. So kind of like, being able to pick up from your mobile device, continue on your CLI, continue on Slack, just wherever you are on linear, and just kind of have this integrated environment that you can kind of work from anywhere.
Perfect. Next slide. Awesome. Yeah, so we've been doing these events all over the world. Um, we're doing these because we want to connect with users and build kind of those feedback pipelines so we can continue iterating on the product, but also showcase all the new things that we've built. In this industry, it moves very, very quickly, and it can be hard to keep up with if you're not on X or LinkedIn all the time. So this is a good opportunity for us to show you what we've got, and then also show you how you can leverage these products for your personal and business projects. So if you've just stumbled in here and you have no idea what Cognition is, maybe you've heard of Windsurf, maybe you've heard of Devin, I just want to give you a quick little overview. Cognition is an applied AI agent lab in San Francisco. We are building the future of software engineering. We have two flagship products. One is called Devin, which is the AI autonomous AI agent. Sorry, my door just rang. One is Devin, which is the autonomous AI agent, and Windsurf, which is a agentic IDE. Together, they are a unified platform that you can use across the entire SDLC. And developers love our products because of our commitment to deep code base understanding and our agent execution. Natter, do you want to take the resources here?
Yes. So we have obviously, pretty good, very good documentation, I would say, because we are able to update it with Devin. So anything that comes to our mind, we just tag Devin in Slack and our docs get updated. But so I would start with the docs, but I would also encourage you to actually dive into using the tools, because I think kind of just diving in and building with them goes a lot further than just reading. But I think when you kind of start building with Devin and with Windsurf, you kind of get an idea of like where they fit in. You kind of have this like local first approach with Windsurf, which is closer to an experience with, I would say, something like VS Code, if you've used that in the past, or something like along those lines, where you're kind of coding locally, and you might even have worked with CLI tools like, I guess Cloud Code or something like that. And then Devin is more of like a cloud platform that allows you to work not only anywhere, but also with teammates anywhere. So you can have multiple people working on multiple repos, but you can also have a lot of work happening in parallel, because you don't have to worry about a single instance. You actually have multiple instances that can run of your code base in parallel, because we basically will spin up a new virtual machine with a sandbox environment for each session that happens through Devin. So the idea would be, if you want to add like 10 features at once and you don't want them to conflict, you could use Devin, and all of that code would be written in parallel. And therefore, you're kind of able to work a lot more quickly. And again, you're also able to collaborate with other people. So those two docs for Windsurf and Devin will kind of explain a little bit about the differences. And then we have DeepWiki. DeepWiki is like a deep index of not only documentation for the code base that you're working on, but it's actually indexed all of the public code bases on GitHub. So you can go there, you can see not only explanations and maps around what the actual code is doing, even if there isn't a README or anything, any documentation written. There's also architectural diagrams and a lot of other things. And I think maybe 3 or 4 days ago, Andrei Karpathy tweeted out about how he uses DeepWiki and the value proposition that he sees from that. And he's, I would say, one of the most well-respected AI like researchers in the world. So if you want to get his perspective, it might be cool just to go read the tweet that he shared about DeepWiki. So using all three of these together is part of what you might do while working with our platform.
Yeah, and all three of those are AI powered too. So you can ask them questions, and it's a great self-serve resource for when you're getting to your build later on. I want to also point you guys to our community spaces online. So we have a super active Discord, over 100,000 members. That's discord.gg/windsurf. We also have a great Reddit space called r/windsurf. And in both of these places, we have moderator teams that can direct you to support, direct you to resources. People share their projects that they're working on. And all in all, just great spaces to hang out and code. So, so we've now gotten to the technical portion of our programming from Cognition today. I want to introduce Abe, who is a deployed engineer at Cognition, and he's just going to give a quick little demo of both of the products. We're going to give you a taste of Devon, but I know today is you'll be working with Windsurf during the open build, so we'll be giving a full little demo there. And then we'll also give some stuff out for everyone so they can build freely today. So, Abe.
Yeah. Hi, folks. Really nice to meet everybody. So today I'll be talking about the shared cognition platform. We'll also be talking about Devon and Windsurf in a little bit more detail. And then, as Matt mentioned, we'll also be doing just a giveaway so that folks can try out Windsurf for free. So let's go ahead and get started. Next slide, please. Oh, I can share my screen. All right. Let me go ahead. Can everybody see my screen? All right, perfect. So one thing about Cognition, one of our focuses is that we are focused on making sure that folks across the SDLC, including individual users and enterprises, can continue to adopt and try out our platform and make it available for their developers. So our goal in general is to build the future of software engineering. I think our thesis basically stands that we believe that there is a curve along which AI agents will continue to grow. So when you first came out with AI agents for the software engineering space, you may have seen Tab Complete come out first. This is what GitHub Copilot was really great at. Then, over the last year, we've seen the proliferation of these agentic IDEs. I'm sure folks have seen other competitors in the space. We also pioneered the space with Windsurf. Our goal was to make sure that people could use agents effectively throughout the course of developing code. And then finally, one of the paths that we took was being able to take advantage of AI software engineers so that they can actually go ahead and use cloud agents, background agents, and asynchronous agents to continue to make changes and have more effective platforms in which they can orchestrate these types of LLMs to be able to do more complex software engineering tasks beyond just actually writing code. All right. So let's go into the Cognition platform itself. The basis that our lab actually started on was deep code base understanding. We wanted to make sure that when folks had large, complex, or interesting code bases, we could actually go through the steps of doing that code base understanding. In the demo, I'll actually talk a little bit more about how we go about this. But the way that deep code base understanding works is essentially we are indexing and understanding your code at every standpoint. And then we want to actually make that information available to you and the agent in a context that's consumable. So we have two products, as I mentioned. First is Devon. Devon is a cloud-based asynchronous agent that actually runs in the cloud. The goal is that we take micro VMs, and within that, we orchestrate an agent that can make changes and do software engineering tasks independently. The second part of the platform is Windsurf. So as we mentioned, this is agentic IDE. It's a fork of VS Code, and the goal is when you're synchronously making changes within the editor, we want to make sure that you have an agent that works effectively for you to be able to do these directly on your desktop. You can connect to things like MCP, use a variety of models, and be effective in your usage in general. All right. So this is a quick just a checkout code for you to be able to take advantage of Windsurf for free throughout the course of today. So you can either scan the QR code or use the code itself. I'll flash this and we'll flash this again so that we can actually go ahead and go into the demos. So I'll give
And
20 seconds right here and then we'll go.
yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little context on how the code works. You can use this code for if you're a new user, you get a month free of Windsurf and 500 credits. If you're an existing paid user, you can use this code to get 250 credits. So if you're a new user or existing paid user, you can use this code. And basically how you'll input it, and hopefully the guides have checked out the link that I sent with the instructions. But you'll basically go to the usage tab in your profile, and you'll do either purchase new credits if you're an existing user, or you'll upgrade from free tier to pro tier. And at Stripe checkout, you'll input this code. So hopefully everyone take a picture. This is a good time if you haven't downloaded Windsurf to download Windsurf. Yeah, I think that's been about 30 seconds here.
All right, perfect. And again, folks, this code is not going anywhere. We'll show it again after the demos are finished. All right. So the first part of the platform that I'm actually going to show today before we dive into Windsurf, which folks have access to, is Devin. So the way that Devin is built is first on top of DeepWiki. If you folks don't know what DeepWiki is basically an index of the code that we build. And then on top of that, we actually give users the opportunity to read documentation based off of that index. So you can see for this crypto wallet, open source crypto wallet software, what we actually do is we take the entire repository and then automatically the agent goes in and builds a deep code base understanding. So you'll be able to look at things like how you get started with using this repository. You can also take a look at the architecture of it, some of the core features, as well as the user interface and advanced topic. The goal of the Deep Wiki is one, to build diagrams, as well as just an understanding of how you can best work with the code. Often what we find is this is the biggest gap for agents today. When they don't understand your code base, yes, they can sometimes make code changes, especially if they're simple, but they can struggle as you try to apply them to more complex tasks. The great thing about DeepWiki is it's constantly updating, so you can refresh it every week by default, or you can refresh it yourself, and you can have multiple branches indexed. Now, this is the one that works if you are actually using the product itself. We also have an open source DeepWiki. So you can just go to deepwiki.com if you're interested. Any public GitHub repo, you can actually go ahead and index right here. So again, you go to deepwiki.com, you can just add a public GitHub repository. And our goal there is that you should be able to take advantage of DeepWiki wherever you're working and in any platform. So let's say you're interested in actually learning a little bit more about the Linux kernel. We have built a deep wiki for this, and what you can actually do is in Windsurf or any other agentic platform, you can take advantage of the deep wiki MCP server. What this lets you do, and we'll go about this in more detail when we're in the Windsurf demo, is you can actually then better understand how you make changes, and your agent will have better context of the deep wiki for your code base so that it is able to make more accurate changes, especially if you're doing a larger type of task. So just something I wanted to point out, if you have a public GitHub repo, you can always go ahead and use it at deepwiki.com. All right. So from DeepWiki then, you can actually go ahead and start asking Devin to make changes. So very quickly, let's take this repo. I know we're in the middle of an actual JavaScript to TypeScript migration. So I can go ahead and say, how would I plan out a JavaScript to TypeScript migration? in this repo. And what Devin will actually do is it provides this functionality called Ask Devin, where you can actually then plan out changes that the autonomous agent wants to be able to make. So you can check out the current migration status in this use case, what the migration strategy is, as well as a plan for the next task. So we'll wait for this to finish, and then we can actually have Devin construct a prompt for how it would go about making these changes. So I can say, create a plan, create an implementation plan for the test harness for this migration. And all you have to do is click construct Devin prompt right here. So Devin, again, working as an autonomous agent, needs to be able to have a well-detailed prompt. So you can actually go in and then use the agent itself to build this prompt on your behalf. What this lets you do is when you're working with an autonomous agent, you can just be a little bit more effective. You can then send this over to Devin and trigger the agent itself. What's happening within the agent is, again, it's spinning up a micro VM, which is basically an independent, isolated agent environment. What that lets you do is the agent has full autonomy to be able to go in, use the shell, use things like the browser, as well as the IDE itself, so VS Code, to be able to continue to make changes. Devin, as an agent, is actually going through at every standpoint and trying to understand how it can best validate the changes that it's making. That is relevant because if you have an autonomous agent, you don't want it to output slop at the end. You actually want it to have the ability to make sure that there is veracity, accuracy in the changes that it's making. All right. So this is a little bit about Devin. Now let's dive into the Windsurf platform. All right. So if folks aren't familiar with Windsurf, Windsurf is a fork of VS Code that we have built an agent on top of. It should feel fairly familiar to folks. We have a couple of different modalities here. So when you download the Windsurf editor, the first thing that you'll notice is the Cascade panel. Cascade is the name of our agent here. So we have three different modes. You have code mode, where Cascade can write and edit code. You have ask mode, where Cascade reads but doesn't edit code. And finally, you have plan. What plan does is it'll actually help you plan out changes, especially if you're doing things with a greater complexity, or you have a good idea about how you want something to actually be implemented. You can also choose from a variety of models here. We support all of the major model providers, and you can see some of them here. We have our own models, which are free or low cost. We have OpenAI suite of models, Anthropic suite of models, Google suite of models, and more that you can actually try out when you're within Windsurf. We also have a cool feature, if you folks have not tried it, called Arena Mode. So you can actually select multiple models, try them out against each other, and see which one comes out with the best outputs. So we recommend that you give it a try if you're interested. Great way to see how models are comparing against each other, especially with the rapid pace of innovation that we are seeing today. All right. So a couple of things to point out when you're using the Windsurf editor. The first is that you can actually take advantage of the DeepWiki MCP server here. To install MCPs, all you have to do is go to Actions here. You can then go to the MCP area. So we have a marketplace. And by default, we actually have this DeepWiki MCP server that you can take advantage of. Along with that, we have a multitude of other servers that you can actually deploy through the official standpoint directly from the marketplace itself. So if you're somebody who uses MCPs as a core part of your workflow, you can do that here. So I'll show you a quick example. I ran a sample session before this, but we can do it now as well. I can actually go ahead and use this DeepWiki MCP server to understand a couple more things about an interesting repo that I have. So I could say, I am interested in learning more about the, let's say, Linux kernel, which I had just done earlier. I can say use DeepWiki. So again, what the model will do is it'll be able to go in and actually use this DeepWiki to read through the wiki structure and understand the core of this product a little bit better. This is great because, again, you can have context of any number of public or open source repos at your hands. A couple of other cool features. we have something called code maps if you folks haven't tried it out within Windsurf. So say you have a code base like this. This is an enterprise management platform. What you can go ahead and do is you can actually show or ask how a given interaction or execution flow works within the code. So this is really great. Say I'm interested in actually looking at the testing framework for this repo. I'll just go in and you can build a deep wiki, or sorry, a code map for this. What this code map is it basically goes through all of the different execution flows for a given flow. So you'll see this here, how you actually set up dependencies, the test class configuration, and then how you're going in through the test execution flow. Now, this is the list view. You can also get this as a diagram that you can zoom into and work with. So if you're working with an existing code base, you want to understand better, great opportunity to take advantage of code maps here, because it just helps you understand at a deeper level. And again, our goal is to remove that slop value from agentic coding. And we want to actually foster an understanding of the code base here. You also have this concept of deep wiki within the editor itself. So you can go in, take any method, function, or component within your code base, just do a Command Shift click if you're in Mac, or Control Shift click in your Windows, and it'll build an automatic set of documents for whatever you are working on. Now, this was just a sneak peek into how Windsurf actually works. There's a great number of things that you can actually do. Folks use it for a variety of things, and our goal is just to understand the context of your workspace a little bit better so that you and the agent are able to just be that much more effective when you're using it. So now I'm going to head back to the presentation itself. Again, if you are interested in using Windsurf, please do. We have free Windsurf available for you. You can scan the QR code so you can check out and just use this code at checkout itself. Matt, anything I missed?
Yeah, one question for the people. I know they have a little bit of time to build on their own, and they're looking to get started quickly. What would you recommend for getting a project started in the short amount of time that they have in Windsurf?
Yeah, that is a great question. So whenever you open Windsurf without any project actually available, what you can always do is you can generate a new project from the start. So if you don't open any given folder, you just go here, you click generate new project. You can provide an initial prompt for the basically framework or project that you're trying to build. And Windsurf can at least help you build that basis that you can build on top of. And so a lot of folks, even at our company, will often use this to get started on a new feature because it's a great way for you to be able to get started with minimal effort as well as with minimal friction. So again, when you go to the Windsurf start page, you just go here, click generate new project, and great way to get started.
Awesome. So we'd like to open it up to any questions. Kirthana, do you want to? I don't know exactly how you guys want to do it, but we're here
Yeah.
to help for the next few minutes here.
Sure, ma'am. Guys, do you have any questions? Yes. No, I don't. Okay, what are the prices for it? Yeah, so what do you do with it? Okay. Matt, do you want to take this? What do you do with the prices? Like, I think once you tell them what the prices are.
Sorry. What the
What are
question
the
is, what do you
prices?
do with the prizes?
What are the prices?
Oh yeah, so our prizes today are a mixture of credits. So the top prize, 3,000 credits. The second prize is 1,500 credits, and the third prize is 500 credits. But we are all winners today because everyone will be getting some amount of credits. But the top prizes get the most credits.
We also have a special debit credit for the most outstanding demo, which is
Yep.
180.
Yep.
All right, so good luck. Then we have one more question.
Hi, we're coming from VS Code. Anything you want to highlight in moving over to Windsurf from that context?
Little bit hard to hear the question. Was the question basically any improvements over VS Code in terms of context? All right,
Yes.
perfect. So in terms of how we improved over regular GitHub Copilot, one of the things that we actually do whenever we are searching through or understanding a code base is that we apply our own specialized agents to be able to better understand context. So say you have an existing code base, I can go ahead and say, expand on the testing framework itself. And what Windsurf actually does is it has tools like fast context, which is a specialized agent to search through and understand your code base. You can think of it as a sub agent that's specifically built for this task. We host our own model for this. And so our goal is constantly that along with indexing, we can use agentic search to continue to improve over what our competition has to more accurately serve you context. So that is one of the goals and one of the ways that we actually improve over just blanket VS Code in terms of using context.
Yeah, we have a pretty firm company dedication to code base understanding and context management and engineering. So with our products, you'll find that our context is best in class.
I'm using long and this like evidence. And the fact they made this where schools building all code bases, especially and back and full stack applications. I want to know whether Racer has any advantage over those or is better for us to migrate from this plan. Racer, and this is my first attack in Mr. Pilot. I've never used it. I think that's map of functions would be where it plus is there another features that you want to emphasize on?
That's a brilliant question. Matt, do you have an answer? Did you get it?
Can someone repeat the question into the laptop microphone?
Sure. So the question, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so the question was, for someone who's using Lovable or other products, and it cites his first interaction with Windsurf. So he's asking, would you recommend moving away from that? If yes, why? And how, like, basically the similarities and differences, and if someone needs to choose Windsurf, why?
I see. So if you're coming from another platform, why you would choose Windsurf? Yeah, that's a great question. I think a lot of platforms are specialized for a lot of different things. Honestly, a lot of our competitors, Lovable is a great platform for UI development in general, as well as building applications. So no hate to anybody else, but I think one of our goals is to build a pretty expansive platform so that when people are actually taking advantage of Windsurf, they can use it for any number of tasks. I think a couple of things that stand out is we are not just building for, a given use case. We are building so that whenever you are making changes, you have the tools that are necessary. A good example of that is if you ever have bugs, we're always checking against the last commit. And when you're using Windsurf, I think our focus is how do you best work with, again, context and understanding to make your goals actually that much more realistic. So in general, I mean, we could go through a list of features, but the real understanding, and I think the real difference with Windsurf is that we are making a real effort to go beyond just helping you ideate or helping you make simple code changes. It is really an expansive product platform where you can continue to iterate and be able to use models to their fullest ability without generating things that you have to keep going back and changing yourself. So I think that's where we see the real differentiation. And Matt,
Yeah, and with platforms like Lovable specifically, I've seen a lot of community members start out a project on Lovable because it has a very delightful experience in building a prototype, and they'll take that code base and put it into Windsurf to where they will actually refine and build out the feature set so that they can put it into production. As we are a company that builds our products for large enterprises and uh, teams of developers, they find that our features will help take it to the next level. So that's a workflow that I see often with our users too, for people who like those products from getting, you know, a little generation before they bring it into Windsurf.
Okay, we don't seem to have any more questions, but I wasn't sure if we covered the cheat codes that we talked about yesterday. Wow, yeah,
Oh, Abe, they want to see Mega Plan.
All right.
Guys,
If you are actually
please,
making any
yeah.
types of changes within the Windsurf editor, one of the things that you can always do is you can say, yeah, let's go ahead and say, I want to actually go ahead and maybe implement a new messaging infrastructure. I can say, let's create a mega plan for implementing a new messaging infrastructure. Just through using this keyword, mega plan, Windsurf will actually activate a mode where one, it'll automatically switch into plan mode, and two, it'll let you go in and start making changes or understanding how you want to plan something out with a little bit more questions and the such. So again, all you have to do is add in that keyword mega plan here, and Windsurf will be able to start planning with you and creating a loop where it is asking you and iterating with you on how it's actually going to do this.
Another cheat code I want to point out is in the model selector. So for anybody who's credit conscious, you can use SWE, which is one of our own in-house models, but you can also add Opus as the planning. So you can do a hybrid model. Can you show how you do that? Yeah, right there. So in the model selector, you select SWE 1.5 fast, which is a extremely speedy, fast model. And then you add plan with Opus 4.5, and you'll get state-of-the-art reasoning from a frontier lab like Anthropic, and put it together. And we serve that hybrid model for a lower price. So that's another cheat code. So if you're thinking, wow, Opus is kind of eating through my credits, go ahead and do SWE plus Opus, and you can get pretty much anything that you want done at that speed and at that low cost.
Thank you. Thanks, man. Thanks, as well. One more question. I don't know if you guys already showed this, but without using the credit skills would be to get into repo and get stuff on the left panel somewhere.
Could you repeat that into the mic?
Oh, okay. Is it better now?
Yeah.
I was saying, without using the credits, there was a way to actually look into the repo and look at your code base.
Through
Like
DeepWiki?
the function, yes.
Yeah, so DeepWiki as well as code maps, both of them don't consume any credits at all right now. So if you're interested in understanding more about your code base, you can always use these because these don't consume any of those model credits.
Yeah, and like we mentioned too, like for any of the for to get a project started quickly, say you have like an open source repository that you want to build on top of, definitely use that DeepWiki MCP to get the context of the open source repo to build on top of, like to start out. That'll really help you with speed and accuracy once you start building.
Thank you. Anybody else wants to say anything? Yes, there we go. You come up.
What's the difference between Devin's MCP and DeepWiki's MCP?
So Devin MCP is more of a superset. So if you look at the Devin MCP server, it just has more functionality that you can access from the platform itself. And DeepWiki is just focused again on that code base understanding. So think of Devin as a superset of DeepWiki.
Yeah.
Hi, I just want to clarify that I think it might pop up again, but I'm using from VS Code, so I installed all this plugin. So what about the wiki, DPK and other stuff you mentioned, like can I access it there, or do I need to switch to the new platform you mentioned, like the whole complete platform down?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our
I
VS
usually
Code plugin,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
our VS Code plugin is a legacy plugin. So we actually recommend that you download the Windsurf IDE just because it's a fork of VS Code. So from the VS Code plugin, functionality is fairly limited. So we recommend the whole IDE solution.
All right, thank you.
Any more questions, while we have them? Yes.
Hi, so how does the wiki get updated over time? Or is it just once and then you're done? It's likely to evolve the code, so how does that translate into the wiki later on?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you can either manually refresh the wiki, or by default, it'll take all the changes from the past week and it updates on a weekly basis. So we have the same, I think, concern, which is that code gets outdated very fast. So again, we're constantly re-indexing on a weekly basis, and then you can manually refresh the index for the deep wiki.
Yeah, one really cool thing that I always like to tell people is go to your favorite open source repo on GitHub right now on like your phone or on your laptop and change out github.com with deepwiki.com. And I promise you it's probably been indexed already. And you can talk to it with DeepWiki. So, for instance, OpenClaw, right, had a huge trend over the last couple weeks. Go to GitHub, the OpenClaw GitHub, and then switch out GitHub with DeepWiki, and you can talk with that repository, and you can say, explain how this works. How do I install it? How do I update it? I want to build this. How should I go about that? It's really, really cool.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, if you have anything else to cover, or we good?
Good from my end.
Yeah, I guess we'll end here. So make sure that you download Windsurf, get set up here. Surf Maple is the code for your free Windsurf. Um, Thank you again for coming today. We hope you have so much fun building. That's the name of the game here is we want to make sure that you can use our tools to build the products of your dreams. So enjoy. Thank you so much to the AI Collective, to TMU, to all of our partners, all of our speakers today. And as we say, surf's up. So have a good one. Guess they're out.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Abe.